Hey everybody, well we're here today with Mark Yett from Yettiland, where we're hosting a Domegaia workshop in May, coming up soon, and I'm excited to talk to you, Mark, learn more about your property. Just from what I've seen, looks like a really cool place, but I've got, for everything I've seen, I've just come up with more questions and more interest, so maybe you can just start off by giving us a little overview of the property, where you're at, kind of some background, and we'll go from there.
There's a deep history out here. Location-wise, I'm on 186 acres out here in the middle of the Stanislaus National Forest. So there's, surrounded by nature and huge features right off the Stanislaus River. The place is filled with a rich history, from logging and gold rush days to a big venue called the Avery Ranch, which was in the 80s. It was a community created by my parents. They would host retreats from business to music to kind of all walks of life, just to escape the city and come hang out in the wilderness and be surrounded by nature.
Amazing. So that's the property you're on now?
I'm across,
or just the area? Okay.
Yeah, I'm the property adjacent to that one. So I've kind of followed through with my own vision and bought a different piece of property because I wanted to do something new and kind of with a younger and more regenerative kind of mindset.
Amazing. Yeah. So how long have you had the property? This
will be year 6 for me, and just been putting in tons of property development, from 3-phase solar to wells to building an infrastructure, from yurts to full-size buildings and houses, kind of just pushing to make it comfortable for other people to come and enjoy, as well as functional, and kind of not live as primitively, but still be able to be surrounded by nature, and also implement a lot of like those kind of regenerative and sustainable practices.
That's cool. Wow. So you put in a 3-phase solar system. What are you powering off of that?
One, my house, but also I have property running out power running all the way out along a majority of the property, with plans of expanding it to all of the yurts, to barns. We do music events here, as well as other events, from weddings, and basically have enough power to kind of push whatever limits and expectations that people have, and hopefully have enough extra. So it's
that's cool.
Good.
Yeah, so you must have a pretty serious battery bank then as well.
Yeah, it's all kind of new state-of-the-art technology, and a different system that is not really implemented on most residential or commercial properties. Kind of got to experiment a little bit with my electricians, and so it's kind of a development for also kind of what can be done with off-grid properties geared towards sustainability and running large power. So it's experimental, but it's a great system.
It's been working. So your property is 100% off-grid then, I take it?
Yeah, there is no backup power or anything. The first 5 years I was here, I was having to run off generators or just with no power.
A lot of people that are building domes and doing what we're doing, they are building off-grid. So I think there is a keen interest in how to do that well, and it's getting easier and easier. The technology is getting amazing. Like I say, really the only thing you can't solve is water. Like if you don't have water, you can't make that easily out of the air. You can do, power and internet now is doable, but you got to have water. So
that's a big part of this property, is kind of trying to lead the way for future generations and comfort of living with, amenities, but also, again, building them with sustainable and regenerative practices, but making it work for daily life and day-to-day life, and also other people that have similar visions or are doing smaller scale or larger scale housing or communities or farms, or just want to live in a different kind of lifestyle, that they can see how it's done and see a actualization of it, and hopefully it brings inspiration to them, and also knowledge, to share.
I'm curious just to kind of know like what people can expect. Sounds like you do have kind of a lot going on there. Is there going to be much going on during the workshop, or is the whole focus going to be on the dome building workshop?
I've tried to clear it so that my time and a majority of everyone is able to simplify and be present with the dome building workshop. Yeah. There is a lot of things going on around here that I'm sure people will explore and have fun with, but primarily set the calendar for doing this the dome workshop, because I think there's so many ways to easily get distracted that it will be good for everyone to have their focus oriented and the goal oriented being the dome.
Because it sounds like you're really gearing this property to be a lot of fun as well. I saw did you put in a skate park, and you've got a sound stage and all kinds of other fun sounding things. Geodesic
domes. I have a large concrete skate park that I built with Dreamland Skate Parks, a really well-renowned concrete skate park company out of Oregon. They're good dear friends of mine. I'm putting in a big swimming pool right now. A lot of like trails and hiking. There's a lot of outdoor activities as well. Big granite boulders all over the property that you could be climbing around on. And
so people, the Domegaia, the Domies, people will be able to camp on the property if they want to. It sounds like you've got lots of room for camping probably.
Yeah, the camping should be very comfortable.
Nice. And then do you have other accommodations that people can book as well?
Yes, there's the yurts, which I think is mentioned on your guys' website. As well as we have some nice canvas tents that are like larger, as well as some shift pods, and kind of catering to other people is a big goal of the property, and having people be comfortable, whether it be guests or people coming in for workshops like this. So a lot of resources. There's running water, there's clean drinking water, there's there's communal zones that people can utilize for, hanging out.
I guess another question that we get asked quite a bit is just around food and, what the kind of the meal situation is. Are you have someone come in to cook?
That is the plan right now. Yeah. So just wondering, how many people will be wanting to do the meal plan, and if other people need to do or want to bring their own food, that's totally fine. It is, again, the property is out here, so the closest town is about 45 minutes away to do any shopping, so that's something that's good to keep in mind. There are people frequently coming in and out of the property as well, so if lists can be made and given, you don't have to necessarily rely on yourself to always be going. We don't have to send, 5 or 10 people into town. There can just be one supply run picked up for everyone if clear lists are made. And that's how we've structured it a lot in the past.
I feel like most people usually sign up for the meal plan just because it's so convenient. We, typically have great food at the workshops, and it's a nice community, everyone eating together. And I'd be curious to know just kind of how you found out about Domegaia, what attracted you to kind of our project, and kind of what you hope to get out of, the dome that's going to be built there. I'm
constantly kind of researching similar companies or people with either similar or alternative visions, either like-minded or different, to kind of branch out and scope. We can either collaborate, or where I can bring those things in to integrate them into the property. One, to help build and bring people together, but two, to emphasize alternative building styles and structures with people that care about it, that are interested in kind of alternative living or lifestyles. Through those workshops, either way, you're going to bond with each other when you're building something or when you're spending that much time. Even if it's just for 2 weeks or a week, that's a lot of time. And during a project, really, you get to interact with people and see, who they are. So kind of always searching for things that are along those lines, as well as, just pushing forward for future generations and kind of leading by example. I was just fumbling around looking for cool things, and found Domegaia, which is funny because I have a lot of people that actually have either connected with you guys or worked in your workshops as friends of mine later on, now that we have something going, and it's a small community. So
it's true. That's funny.
It's cool to watch how it all pans out.
That's cool. And then what are you going to use the dome for? Is it going to be accommodations? Is it, what's the ultimate end purpose?
So we're putting it kind of in this yurt village that I have so far. And there's a couple of different things, and the hope and goal is to actually build more of these for potential accommodations based on the space and the size and how it all works out. This is kind of like a trial run for potentially building a lot more of these around the property, from anywhere from living and dwelling areas to hangout areas, as well as I have someone out here who does like sound healing and doing like sound baths. There's so many this one I plan on having as a multi-purpose dome for now, not running water in it, or kind of gearing away from the living structure of it and doing it kind of as more of an alternative multi-purpose building, but also can be set up as comfort like a living or guest area.
Yeah, that seems really common. A lot of people say we're going to use it as a yoga space or a meeting space, but it could also be a bedroom. You can fit about 20 people in it, if they're all in a circle.
Right.
Definitely a lot of different things that you can do with the space. Anyone that's going to go there is going to learn so much more about it sounds like there's a lot just to see and learn around the property. The dome workshops are pretty full on, so there's a lot of learning and work that gets done, and they're super fun. So it sounds like it's really a perfect match for the location and what we're all about. One question I thought that I forgot to ask that people would ask us is just like cellular coverage and Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I have Verizon, and AT&T seems to get great cellular service. I do have a Wi-Fi network set up here, my own personalized Wi-Fi. It is not a traditional Wi-Fi. It's really rapid, but if you have everyone on it all at once, it's not traditional. So it's better to try and set up kind of different times for people, and if people have needs for a Wi-Fi, to kind of prioritize them, or just set up different times where 5 people can log in or something and do their emails if they need to do emails, or it's really the streaming of things that knocks it down. But the Wi-Fi there's Wi-Fi and there's great cellular service, and everyone should be able to communicate great with
that's all that people just want to make sure.
Yeah, your families will not be checking, will not be able to check in on you and stuff. So
right. Yeah, as much as some people probably would like to just disappear off the grid for the whole 10 days, it's nice, if people know they can check in easily. Cool, well, thanks a lot, Mark. Anyone else that's interested in learning more about this workshop, head over to domegaia.com. You can ask questions in the comments below, and we're excited to see you and meet you at Mark's property.
See you all soon.